Good afternoon. It's a pleasure and an honor. I see many familiar faces. As some of you know, I used to work for the government of Puerto Rico, and since the May of 2010 have been in New York City, leading Region 2 for the SBA. So in the name of Karen Mills, who's the administrator, I do welcome you, and I do have some information that I think is going to be very valuable to you as you look at growing your businesses. After all, that's what we're here for, to help you facilitate growing your business, growing your sales. And what I want to emphasize is the fact that the United States government is the biggest purchaser of goods and services in the world. As a matter of fact, $500 billion last year. And of that, the SBA, the Small Business Administration, has the purpose and the goal of making sure that at least 23% of all those purchases go to small businesses. So what I do encourage you to do today, and we're going to have an orientation meeting in room number 4, is to seek the opportunity to be certified as either an 8A certified firm, as a HubZone firm, as a woman-owned small business, or a veteran disabled owned business. Any of those 4 categories can definitely give you an edge in terms of contracting with the federal government. And we are here to help. We are here to take you through the process. And we definitely would like to have the opportunity to see many of the companies coming from Puerto Rico becoming 8A certified, because it is really an advantage and it gives you a big edge. I also want to recognize Nick Lugo from the New York City Chamber of Commerce and Manny Casiano from Caribbean Business, who have been working very, very hard to make this event happen. And of course, all of our federal counterparts, you have done a great job, and the White House Business Council. This is probably the 5th White House Business Council event I participated in, and all of them have been very, very successful in opening doors, opening opportunities for small businesses. So I look forward to answering any questions, and with that, I would like to have the pleasure to introduce you to Mr. David Hinson, the National Director of the Minority Business Development Agency. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. I am certainly delighted to be here today on behalf of Secretary of Commerce John Bryson and the One Commerce team. Before I get started, I have a question. How many people have come here from Puerto Rico, brought your companies from Puerto Rico? That is outstanding. And the others that are here domiciled in the United States, how many of you have operations or an office in Puerto Rico? Okay, we have several hands there. That's very good. I want to just begin by, again, thanking Denise Peace, GSA, our friends and colleagues at SBA for the great work they do. One of the things that's very interesting about working in this administration is that we all have a tendency to work very closely together. And before I came into government, I ran a company, very much like many of you do. And when you're on the outside looking in, sometimes you see, or at least I saw, government agencies that didn't communicate very well. They may have been a little dysfunctional. But under this president, these agencies are working closer together than ever before. We share relationships, we share information, with one central purpose, and that is to make sure that we assist you in growing your businesses to size and scale. I'd like the members of the MBDA team to please stand and raise your hand. Hayward Davenport, I think Amani Bennett's here, right here. And what I want you to do is make sure, and please stand, I want you to make sure that you get their cards, their business cards, and that they give you theirs. I want to make sure that you talk to these folks and interact with these folks, because they are intricate in helping you to grow your businesses here. When I was outside, I saw a sign that says, Puerto Rico does it best. And I think there's something to that. Does anybody agree with me on that? Anybody agree with me on that? Puerto Rican companies generally have a psychology of doing business outside of Puerto Rico. Now, certainly there are many that only do business in Puerto Rico, but it's not uncommon for a company domiciled in Puerto Rico to build a strategic partnership with the company in the United States, or in fact, come to this land and establish an office or continue to do business. That's why all of you are here. It's not uncommon to get on a plane and go to Miami, come to New York, go to Washington, D.C., do it all the time. But that not uncommonness creates an opportunity psychologically to do more business around the world. And so I would submit to you that Puerto Rican companies have a greater ability to export than may be realized in the current export statistics. We have a national network of 40 business development centers, and these centers are charged with three things: creating access to capital, access to contracts, and access to new markets. And under the leadership of President Obama, we have created access to over $11 billion of contracts and capital for minority-owned and operated firms, creating a little under 20,000 and saving 20,000 jobs. 11 billion. Anybody have an $11 billion company in the room? Okay, then I think it might be worthwhile to meet the members of our team. We want to work with you to help you grow your business to size and scale. We want to help you to meet our members of our centers, our 40 business centers, and we have one in Puerto Rico. That center last year helped Puerto Rican firms specifically gain access to over $100 billion. Sorry, strike that. $100 million. I wish it was $100 billion. $100 million in contracts and capital. I want to thank you for being job creators. One of the things that's not lost on me is each and every one of you who has an employee is doing more than just building a business, and more than just paying someone. You're creating dignity. You're creating an opportunity for someone to lead the life that they desire. You're sending kids to college, putting food on people's tables. That's not to be taken lightly. It's those of us in this room that are going to be charged with making sure that we grow this economy. And I would submit to you that if you work with us and allow us to work with you, we can create an economy that is truly built to last. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe. My name is Colonel John Boulay, and I'm from the United States Army Corps of Engineers. The other question. This is not a Marine uniform, like many of you might think. It is United States Army uniform, and I'm very proud to wear it. But I've got to tell you, the United States Army Corps of Engineers does more construction than just about any other federal agency out there. Okay, so I know many of you are in the business of construction or construction-related services. You've absolutely got to talk to us today. To give you an idea, nationwide, worldwide, over $30 billion of construction last year. I'm responsible for the New York City region itself. We did over $1 billion worth of work in this region last year. We've got $600 million of work that we want to buy this year, in this federal fiscal year. So what kind of work do we do in the United States Army Corps of Engineers? We do all the construction at the Army and Air Force installations nationwide, New York and New Jersey. And we do all the water resources, or most of the water resources, development and management here, which includes navigation work, which includes beach restoration work, which includes flood works, flood protection works, flood risk reduction works. We do environmental restoration work. We do more environmental remediation than any other federal agency. And in New York and New Jersey, in the metro area, there's a lot of environmental remediation that needs to be done.